get your decision by December 1, 2025 this year. So it means that some of you who will apply for this, you can easily know if you are traveling next year by December 1st this year. All right, you are welcome once again. As you all know, in my previous video, I said that on this scholarship journey, we have three opportunities opened for you in Austria for scholarship. Do you get this now? Okay. Currently, there are more, but for now, we are starting with these three. Generally, the tuition fee in Austria is low. So it's almost as if all the schools give you scholarship because the tuition is low. Do you understand that now? But I just want us to start with these three for those who might be having fears and all of that. You get that? Okay. This video is going to be about the first opportunity. Then there's going to be another video that talks about second opportunity and the third opportunity. So, but this is for the first one in Austria. Now, this is about CEU, the Central European University. This university is located in Vienna in the heart of Austria, and is a wonderful institution to be, I tell you. But what is interesting is that they offer a general scholarship to all candidates, and that's why I'm bringing this to you. CEU in Austria is one of the, is the first opportunity I want you to look at in Austria. And for those of you in the group, we are going to be shooting for this opportunity together. So all you need to do is to make sure you find yourself in the group. If you are in the group, this is one of the scholarship options we are considering in the group, and we are going to be putting application for this for those who are interested and those who meet the requirement. Do you understand that now? And those who are willing to take the steps, the necessary steps, do the necessary things to ensure that they fit well for the application. Okay. Now let's talk about the application deadline for these schools in for these programs in CAU. Okay. Now, if you are applying for the master's program, I want to use this as a study. Most applicants will probably be putting in for the master's program. Okay, so as you can see, we have about 4 admission rounds here, but however, only the first admission rounds favors you as an African student or somebody coming from Africa. Why? Because they know that if you are coming from Africa, you are likely to have visa issues, visa delay, visa processing issues, and stuff like that. That is why they ensure that those coming from Africa, the deadline for their application comes earlier, and then they give you a decision earlier. Then you can start to process your visa earlier. Do you get that now? So let us see what we have here. We have deadline to apply for these CEU programs if you want to be considered for scholarship. Don't make that mistake. If you want to be considered for scholarship and you are from visa sensitive country, you are from Africa, let me put it that way, your deadline is October 15. So we can see now that you don't have much time. This is August, September, October. The deadline is October 15. Admission decision will be taken by December 1. So what this means for you is that if you are applying to this program in CAU or any of the program in CAU, you can apply until October 15, and you will get your decision. Maybe you got the admission, you got the scholarship, you got the everything. You will get your decision by December 1, 2025 this year. So it means that some of you who will apply for this, you can easily know if you are traveling next year by December 1st this year. Do you see this now? Because when they give you a decision, they will give you your admission offer, and it will be stated the type of scholarship you have been given. Do you understand that now? You will see the financial aid as we move on in this video. Just stay with me. Okay. So applications for CAU financial aid is also open. So as you are putting in your application, you are automatically applying for the financial aid, because they are going to ask you questions in the application process that you want to be considered for financial support, and you just have to say yes. And when you say yes, there's another question there. They will ask you that, are you the first in your family to go to a university, something like that. So once you say yes, it means that your chances of getting a support also increases, because they want to make sure that every family at least has somebody who have access to higher education. Do you understand that now? Okay. And applicable to all what applicants. That is that. This is very easy. So that's the deadline. All other admission rounds does not concern you, except you don't want financial aid and you are not from visa sensitive country. But if you are from Africa, your round is the first round, so you don't have to wait. Okay, so let's move on. So let's talk about the eligibility. Who are those that can apply to the programs in CAU? Who are those that can apply to CAU programs? Let's read what is on the page now. Applicants must have a first degree, bachelor's or equivalent undergraduate degree from a recognized university or institutions of higher education. Do you understand this now? So basically, what they are telling you here is that if you have a bachelor's degree, you can apply to any program in CEU. Do you understand this now? As long as you have a bachelor's. So all you need to now do is to choose a program that is related to your bachelor's. Do you get it? It's not like you are going to have a bachelor's in computer science and now you are going to apply for English language studies. I don't know. Do you understand that now? So, but as long as you have a bachelor's degree, all you need to do is to choose a course that is related to your bachelor's. Do you get that now? Okay. So, and you must be able to submit your diploma and everything. So we are going to see the required documents as we move along. So let us see the list of required documents as we move along. Okay. Now, look at the first one here. As you can see, academic records. So if you click on this academic record, it's going to show you what they mean by academic records. And that just talk about your bachelor's certificate and your transcript. That's what they mean by academic record. Your bachelor's certificate and what? And transcript is basically what they refer to as academic record on the website. Do you get that now? Okay. Now we talk about proficiency of English language or English proficiency, whatever you call it. So, for most of us, we already know what they mean by proficiency in English, the IELTS, the TOEFL, and all of that. But there's a catch to this, because some countries in Africa where you study in English, that is the language of instruction is in English. For example, Nigeria now, and some other African countries where the bachelor's was taught in English. There is an exception for them. You get this exemption, you only have to prove that your language of instruction is English. And if you go to the website, you are going to see it clearly and you know what to do. Now, the next requirement here is curriculum vitae. Standard test score or other supporting document talks about some other program that require you to do GMAT and GRE. So, but for most of us, some of us don't want to choose such a program that will require you to go and start doing one exam. It's better you just avoid that, and except you actually need it or you have it already. Okay. Now, the next one is your CV. We all know what CV is, obviously. You just have to present a good CV. And then the next one is academic writing submission. This academic writing submission usually is what the department or the course require you to submit. Not all of them, actually. Not all of them. On this page, you are going to see something like all programs in CEU, one or more pieces of academic writing. Okay, this academic writing submission talks about what the school you are choosing require you to, I mean the course you are choosing require you to submit. Some of them will ask you to submit a 500 words essay. Some of them ask you to submit motivation letter, statement of purpose. Some of them will give you a template and ask you to fill it up. All of that is what they mean by academic writing submission. And letter of recommendation, obviously we know what that is. So you are going to need a letter of recommendation. And the next one is completed CAU application form. That is that. So these are the requirements for for this school. And don't forget, once you choose a program, you qualify to apply for the financial support. Do you understand that now? So we will see the financial support in the coming as we move along in this video. Okay, let us see what are the programs that we have available in CAU. What are the programs they have on the website? They have a lot of programs available for you to choose from. All you need to do is to make sure you are selecting the best. I mean, the program that sits well with your field, with your background, with your qualifications, all of that. Okay, so as you can see, we have lots of program here. Erasmus Mundus, Masters of Arts in Critical Gender Studies, Master of Arts in Economics, Data and Policy, Masters of Arts in Economics, Data and Policy. This one has both 1 year track and 2 year track. So you can choose any one of your choice. Master of Arts in Gender Studies, Historical Studies, Human Rights, International Public Affairs, International Relations, 1 year and 2 year study part, Museum Studies. You can see Master of Arts in Politics, Master of Arts in Public Policy, the Mundus Map, Sociology and Social Anthropology, Global Master of Law in Global Comparative Constitutional Studies, Master of Law in Global Business Law Regulation, Law in Human Rights, Public Administration, Science in Data Analytics, Science in Environmental Sciences, Science in Finance, Master of Science in Social Data, all of that. So you can literally choose from all of these courses and you'll see yourself getting a decision by December. So for those who are in the group and we find something related to your field here, we are going to be applying to this and you will put in a strong application as long as you are willing to do the needful, and then you will see yourself getting a decision as soon as December. And then you already know by December if you are traveling or not, if you are furthering your studies or not, because it's going to come with the financial aid or support. So let us see the support now in the next session. As you can see on the page, CAU financial aid, bachelor's, master's and PhD. So there is a financial support for either you are a bachelor student, master's or PhD. But let's just take the case study of the master's program because it feels like most people will be applying for masters, right? So let's look at the master's program. But if you go on the website, you can see every other information, both the bachelor's and PhD. Yes, okay. Now you can see master's tuition award may cover various amounts of the tuition fee. Now they wrote it so simple, but it is very, very huge. May cover various amounts of the tuition fee. Now, what this means is that for those of you who will be applying, if the tuition fee for 1 year is, let's say, 12,000 euros, you can get 90% off waiver, which means that you only have to pay 10%. You can get 80%, you can get 85%, some get 50%. Do you see this now? But what they do is that most applicants from African countries, they give them this 85, 90% tuition waiver, which and there is a candidate on this my page that I interviewed earlier. If you go back to this page, he is a beneficiary of this, and I think the tuition is 13,000 euros, and the only thing he has to pay for the whole of the 2 years is 2,000 euros, and the 2,000 euros is not supposed to pay once. you know in a 2 year program you have 4 semesters, right? I don't need to explain much of this. You know what I'm talking about. We have 4 semesters, so every semester he pays 500 euros. So which means that in 1 year, 12 months, he only has to pay twice, 500 euros semester one, 500 euros semester two. Then the second year, 500 euros semester three, 500 euros semester four. That's what he's paying for. So for 2 years. Do you see this now? So that's why you can't know what they will give you unless you apply. So you might be the next person, and that's how they do for all the students. So some we have to pay 3,000, some 3,500, but you might be the lucky one whereby you only have to pay 1,000. So don't sleep on this. That is what they mean by it may cover various amounts of the tuition fee. The next one is the Master Stipend Award. Every applicant who signify that they need stipends will get it. And it starts from the lowest you can get is 300 euros, and the highest is 1,000 euros. So most people get 300 euros, which help them to cover their accommodation for the whole of their study, which it means that every month they give you 300 euros as stipends. So you can now decide how you want to spend your 300 euros, but you will be getting 300 euros every month for your stipends. So now let us do the calculation. Somebody is paying 500 euros every semester 4 times, that's 2,000, but he's getting 300 euros every month for 22 months. Yeah, for 22 months, because in the holiday period I think you are not going to get this, but for 22 months you are sure of getting this. Do you see this now? So you want to try this. So if you're in the group and we find that your profile fits any of the program here, we are going to be applying to CAU. All you need to do, make sure you find yourself in the group, and then we can do this together. I'll see you in the next one.